Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. You got the super team of sports talk here with y'all. And one half of it, Diego Barista, the Black Dominican Russian. You're checking in with my man, my partner in crime. The 6 foot under post-up champ. Man, tell these people who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A and AA Sports broadcasting live here on Wednesday this week, day before Thanksgiving. It's good.
Everything is good, man. Everything is good. Happy holidays to you and the fam. Happy holidays to all of the listeners and supporters. We appreciate y'all. This episode, I think this is episode 202. Well, we're giving y'all a one-hitter quitter this week with the holiday being on a normal recording day of Thursday. We decided to just hit them on Wednesday. We'll do a quick Cliff Notes recap of Week 12. And then we'll talk about Week 13, which, again, we got 3 games starting on tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day. We'll touch on those and other news around the sports world. Hey, I saw you on IG today. How many miles did you have to drive to get a damn turkey?
I had to go to Lithonia. That's, used to be the hometown. But, man, that ain't around the corner from where I live. But Popeyes, I ain't had no turkeys, man. So I had to go shout out to the homies over at Dillsworth Barbecue. Picked up a turkey from there. And we're going to see what they working with. But, I couldn't find no turkey in Gwinnett County for some reason.
Not one. You said you should have did what?
Should have just fried one myself. We got a turkey fry. I just never did it. And I ain't want to. You don't want to do that on the big day and the shit go wrong. That's what you do on a random day, just to try it.
Right, I say if you've never done one, then yeah, you absolutely did right. Drive as far as you need to drive to pick up one that has already been prepared for you.
Right.
Because ain't nothing like people hate on Thanksgiving when people want to experiment and do shit that they ain't never done before.
Nope.
So yeah, that ain't the time. People take that advice. Well, it's too late now. If you ain't bought shit by now, I don't know what you plan on eating tomorrow anyway.
Well, I saw one of the homies from high school. He said that he's grilling turkeys, frying them up till tomorrow. Y'all need to be hollering at that cat if you know him on their moose. $50 on the day of, that ain't bad. If you in a spot.
Yeah. Hopefully, I guess you got to bring your own turkey. Does he have a turkey? Shit, I hope so.
I'm assuming you. That's almost 100 in that case. Yeah, because you got to go buy the turkey. Well, turkeys ain't nothing $25, but
Yeah, you ain't gotta get no big one.
Yeah.
All right, people. Again, we hope y'all enjoy your families over the weekend. Most of y'all ain't gonna eat late till tomorrow anyway. So while you waiting in that little downtime, actually you can do it at 12:30 when that whack ass Bears and Lions game start. But tune in to your boys, man. Episode 202 will be up sometime tomorrow morning before you get ready to eat and shit. So check us out on YouTube, iTunes, or Spreaker. Y'all know the podcast platforms. Y'all know the routine. Let's get it. All right, man. Week 12, man. It was, at this point, I think you said it before we went on. It's really all about playoffs and playoff positioning right now. So, we had a few games last week with some type of playoff significance. One at the top of the list was that Thursday night game with the Colts and the Texans. The Texans did pull that one out 20-17. So they now they should be they're leading the AFC South at 7-4.
Hey Colts, DeAndre Hopkins should never get single coverage.
That's one person of course you got to account for Deshaun Watson. He's a quarterback. That goes without saying. But number 1B or 1A should definitely be DeAndre Hopkins and having him accounted for at all times. And that didn't happen last Thursday.
And they paid the price for it with 2 long touchdowns. But I don't know what to make of that division. It's like when you think somebody's dead, they win a couple games. I mean, hell, the Titans aren't dead. They're alive.
Right. And they put on a pretty good showing, beat the shit out of the Jaguars last week.
Yeah.
So here they are, the Titans at what? Yeah, 6-5. They got the same record as the Colts.
They're a game out of first in that division. A game.
Game out of first in the division and still within probably a game or two of a wild card spot more than likely. So again, it's that AFC, man. It is what it is, but I guess the goal is to get to the tournament and then after that try to make it do what it do.
Yes,
Speaking of people's and they playoff chances with wild cards, what the fuck did the Raiders? What was up with them last week? Was it the 1:00 game for the West Coast team? Were they looking past the Jets? Had they already chalked that up as a win and looking forward to Kansas City? What happened with the damn Raiders? I was disappointed in them last week.
I think it was just what you said, both of them. Number one, when teams go from the West Coast to the East Coast and play that early game, it doesn't normally go well. The Chargers are normally good for going out east and getting their ass kicked early. But I believe that had something to do with this one. But then also, I think they were looking ahead. They're like, okay, cool, we got the Jets. We're going to go out here and stomp them out. We're going to go in 7-4. We're going to play Mahomes and them for the division lead. Well, somewhere along the way, they got their ass whooped. Like, beat them down, ass whooped, 34-3. That's unacceptable.
Because I got a homeboy of mine at the job. He a Raiders fan. It's a couple of them actually, but this one in particular, we chop it up all the time. But a couple of games ago, he was like, "Yeah, we should be 7-4 going into the Chiefs game to play for the share, the outright lead in the division." So yeah, they had definitely looked past. I think it was the Bengals they played last week, and then the Jets this week. But yeah, the Jets handed their asses to them. So you got to come play every week, man. Yeah. You got to come play every week. Because if you don't,
it ain't the NBA with 82. Baseball's 142, something like that.
Right.
You got to play every 16. You have to play them.
Exactly, because anything can happen. Because Oakland pretty much gave up. If the playoffs started right now, Oakland last week gave up their playoff spot to fucking Pittsburgh. Here, Pittsburgh is right back.
Right.
In a playoff spot with some dude that's looked like he about 5'7", named Duck. At quarterback.
And they excited about that.
Hey, man, why they be making mascots out of these backup dudes, man? That's all it be.
It's been the year of it. It's been the year of it. I was sitting there Sunday watching the first little set of games. I was sitting there thinking, it's a lot of bad quarterback play out there. It's a whole lot of bad quarterback play.
True.
A lot. But, at this point, I think if they get to the playoffs after losing all three of the Bs, all three, that's kind of an accomplishment for them. Even if they go and get blowed out the first round, just getting there.
Right.
That's something big for them.
Yeah, man, because it don't look like it's going to take much.
Not in the AFC.
I think 8-8 probably will get you a spot more than likely the way it's looking. Well,
right. Buffalo's 8-3.
I was about to say,
I don't believe nobody's gonna fall like that.
I was just going to say, I don't think Buffalo is going to fall that far. So we really got about 3 or 4 teams playing for one wild card spot, unless Buffalo kind of implodes. I think they got a big game this week.
They got Dallas.
That's why they got Dallas tomorrow. But that is a big game for them. So
that'll be their biggest win this year. I was looking at their wins. This will be their biggest win this year. You're going to see. And Cleveland's lurking out there. That last spot's going to be very interesting. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. I mean, you got other teams out here, speaking of those Cowboys, and they NFC East foes, the Philadelphia Eagles, both of them putting up a fresh 9 points last week. And pretty much must-win games. Neither one of them wants to take control of this division. Here Dallas is at 6-5. 6-5 with the division lead. And Philly at 5-6, just sitting there one game out.
At this point, do you think it has more to do with his play or what's around him? What's going on with Carson Wentz?
All right, so let's start with the Eagles. It's a little bit of everything with that team. We put a lot on the quarterback, and rightfully so. But sometimes you're only good as the receivers you throwing to, and sometimes the receivers they only as good as a quarterback that's throwing to them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of receiver issues in Philly, coupled with the fact that they don't really run the ball like they probably should. But that's always kind of been a Philly thing. Yeah. Those are things that would help Carson Wentz get through the struggle period because he's struggling. You look at, and Mahomes has been hurt this year, but he's still kind of doing his thing, but not like last year.
Yeah.
But you look at Wentz, you look at Jared Goff, you look at all these cats that and I say we as I'm talking fans and people, media as a whole, anointed these dudes like off for 1 year.
Yeah.
And now look at them.
Who got big? Well, I don't want to be jumping around.
No, you good. That's what we doing tonight.
Yeah, it is really that tonight for real.
Yeah. We just talking. We chopping. What's up?
Who has bigger buyer's remorse right now, the Rams or Philly?
Oh, I definitely think the Rams.
You think so?
I think so because they got a lot
about quarterback people because both of them got paid.
Yeah,
neither one of them are living up right now. So who has bigger?
I was watching one of the shows over the last couple of days, and next year Jared Goff will have the highest cap hit out of any player in the NFL. Any player in the NFL. Jared Goff. And then you also look at Todd Gurley. He's going to have the highest cap hit for a back next year. Brandon Cooks got a high cap number. Aaron Donald has a high cap number. He earned his money. Yes. And they got a couple of other people, but they talk about how the Rams, they don't have a first-round pick, I think, for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, they traded all of that.
They traded all of them away. Yep. They just got Jalen Ramsey, so they got to pay him.
Yeah,
you just traded assets, so you got to pay him. What the fuck are they gonna do coming down the road?
Because they got their scouts in Middle Tennessee games, Northern Alabama.
Because they gonna have to. They gonna have to come up real big on some 4th, 5th, and 6th round picks over the next several years. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a double, but they need home runs late because you can't refill your store. Your shelves empty. They're empty. Yeah. So they're not gonna let Jalen walk, giving up them 2 picks. They're gonna pay him. So yeah, I kind of felt the same way because Goff just looks lost. But Wentz's situation, I think, is compounded because he didn't win that Super Bowl for them. They always gonna look at the fact that Foles is gone. He didn't win the Super Bowl, and that's really not fair because he was hurt. He was hurt. Before he got hurt, he was balling. And he ain't been the same since he got hurt, has he? Has he had a season?
No, not really. I mean, because you talking about when he got hurt, he was pretty much about to be the MVP.
He was MVP before he got hurt. Yeah.
And then they come back off the Super Bowl run, and he gets hurt again.
They made a run to get in the playoffs last year when he got hurt.
They made a run to get in, and so here he is. They want to put him as the leader of the team, but I don't think he's not really that.
Not at all.
I look at him, Malcolm Jenkins, Jason Peters. Those are the few other those cats on the defensive line. Those are the leaders of the team, not Carson Wentz.
I was just about to ask you that. Do you think Jason Peters, as an offensive lineman, is a vocal leader? Because I can't think of a skill position player on that team that people would like. If he spoke up, people gonna listen.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Zach Ertz, because he's been there. He's been there a while. He's respected, but Nelson Aguilar, he can't say anything because he can't catch a ball. Alshon Jeffrey Alshon Jeffries is always hurt, and there's always some kind of Josina Anderson rumor swirling around him. I don't think he's gonna be there much longer.
You think them dudes really been talking about their quarterback like that? Because now I hear Aguilar is involved. They say he took out a Twitter account.
But did we hear some of this same kind of stuff out of Philly with Carson Wentz
last year?
Yeah. So like they say, smoke is fire, and they are not a together team. I just put it that way. They are not a together team from top down.
No.
They are a much better team, or they should be a better team than 5 and 6. But again, here we are. It's pretty much going to come down to, I think, the game with Dallas in a couple of weeks because they've got a pretty soft schedule other than the Dallas game. Dallas has a
y'all better not lose Buffalo tomorrow. Y'all better not lose Buffalo tomorrow, and they got Miami on Sunday. That's not good if y'all lose.
Yeah, on Thanksgiving. Lose the division lead on Thanksgiving
You get fired, cuz.
after Jerry a lot of things I ain't seen really that out of him
He ain't a
before.
hoe. I don't see hoe in Jerry.
I think he's finally fed up with Jason Garrett. Finally,
if they lose on the 3:00 Thanksgiving primetime game, Jason Garrett getting fired Friday morning.
well, he might wait until Monday. He might wait until Monday to see what the Eagles do.
Okay.
But I still think it's going to end up coming down to that game, Dallas and Philly, in a couple weeks. And all it takes is to get hot at the right time.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
But who you got more confidence in right now to get hot and sustain it down the stretch? Dallas or Philly?
Honestly, Philly, because I've seen them do it the last 2 years.
The only reason why I can't agree with you because they're not healthy.
That's
the only reason why.
And I don't have a counter argument for that, but I will say they got more heart. They didn't want more than 2 playoff games over the last 30 years or whatever how long it's been. Hey, even I trust Doug Peterson more than I do Jason Garrett.
Absolutely.
Now, when it comes to Dak and Zeke, those where I think Dallas got the edge, but they utilize them right in the big games because Dallas haven't beat a team over 500 all year.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's jump to them because we are just conversational tonight.
Right.
All right.
I know you're about to go too.
They don't what are they right now? Are they Dak's passing team, or are they? Because they're not running Zeke. It don't seem like he's not running the ball 25 times a game. They're going away,
and he should be.
Zeke should be putting up 28 to 30 touches a game. I'm saying 5 receptions or targets at least, but 22 to 25 carries. That should be a minimum.
To me, what they're doing is, yes, they are definitely trying to showcase Dak, and they having Dak do more.
Yeah.
To me, as a way to try and justify this contract that they got to put up.
They know they got to pay.
They know they got to pay.
But Sunday,
go ahead.
In that rain, in that wind, didn't it seem like Zeke should have ran the ball more?
Oh, absolutely. In that kind of bad weather game, yeah, especially against that kind of passing defense. Yeah. Zeke definitely should have been running Zeke more. I don't know what the hell Dallas was doing Sunday. I mean, the Patriots put up 13 points.
13.
And won. That's unacceptable. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if you're playing the number one defense or not. If you got Zeke Elliott and an Amari Cooper, you should put up more than 3 field goals.
Bruh, defense, they can hold their head. They did their part.
Absolutely.
They did their part. You can say a whole lot about Dallas' defense in the secondary, but to hold that team to 13 points at home.
And the one touchdown that they got was off of a special teams block punt. So that was right on the doorstep. So, yeah, man, Dallas got to come better than that. I understand why Jerry was pissed, but that shouldn't have been the first time he was pissed, not with this team.
It's like I feel him and I understand, but you like 5 years late, dog. You might have said this shit 5 years ago.
Absolutely. But you know, Jerry always kind of late to the game on some of this stuff.
There's gonna be some pressure on them to win that game tomorrow.
You think?
They got
on Turkey Day? You think it's gonna be would be a whole lot of damn pressure.
If White Cam and them beat their ass on Thanksgiving, America's team. Woo-wee. Boy.
They better get Zeke that ball so he can do his thing and go jump in that damn Salvation Army being.
Buffalo doesn't have a good run defense. The pass defense is legit. They got a lockdown corner who will be on Amari Cooper. Coop should have caught that ball on Sunday. That fourth down. He got his hands on it. It was wet. He got his hands on it. And last thing on Dallas before we jump. Words out there that they're probably gonna franchise Dakota. Cool. That's what y'all want to do. This Amari thing, I'm starting to come around to what you've been telling me on the slide. One thing about this cat, people, it's like he'll tell me stuff and it be in a real trolling way. Cause I'm like, well, they gonna pay Amari. He gonna be there. He's like, shit, till he not. He's like, see what that bag looking like somewhere else. Somebody might take him.
Hey,
man, you know what the number is? The market's set. Julio got his. It's set, so they know what they got to do. He might not be there. You're right.
Well, I mean, would you at this point? Would you feel? Let's just say if they're going to use the franchise tag on that means that technically Amari will be a free agent. So anybody can come in 12/01 whenever free agency started in March and holler at him. Come up with a briefcase full of money if you Jim Irsay, or come with a check or whatever ready to write up a bullshit contract if you the 49ers.
Yeah.
I would listen.
I'm starting to think the financial, the checkbook has to balance, and that's a lot of money to be divvying out. And they still got people to pay on defense. The number's gonna be 22. I think Julio got 21, 21, 22, something. The number's there. He should listen, depending on who comes with it. He should listen.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pay him. Anybody gonna have to pay him anywhere between 18 and 20. So they got. Yeah, you're right. They're gonna have to come with it, and depending on who out there, we'll see. Maybe he likes being in Dallas. Maybe he likes Dak as quarterback.
I don't get the impression that quiet fella's gonna get him no discount though. Not with Sammy Watkins out there stealing bread. Not with Brandon Cooks out here stealing bread.
Hey, you right.
A lot of cats stealing, dog.
It's a lot of people out here getting paid that the production ain't matching. Right. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happened with Dallas. Right. Last thing, I guess, to wrap up Week 12 will lead us into what's being showcased as a heavyweight battle of Week 13. Before we jump to that, Week 12 was supposed to be the game of the week. 49ers, Packers coming in to Santa Clara. It was supposed to be a back and forth, pretty good game. Nah, bro, 37-8, not a game on top. This shit was over before it started, seemed like.
It was over first quarter. I was thinking about it, ahead of this game this coming week. Baltimore and you guys probably are the only two teams I can think of, correct me if I'm wrong, who got legit wins against good teams this year. A lot, at least 2 or 3. A lot of these teams getting fat, these playoff teams, you play your division, you play who you got to play. But y'all got solid wins,
Those are 2. Seattle beat
Seattle
us.
got some solid ones. Yes.
Seattle.
Guess we can say New Orleans.
That's the other team I'm thinking about, the Saints.
That's about it.
I think they got a few early in the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's out of the playoff teams and the NFC. Yeah. AFC too.
Yeah. So it seemed like y'all on a collision course. I'm looking forward to this game on Sunday. That shit should have been flexed, but
Well, the reason it was because we flexed last week. We weren't supposed to play Sunday night last week.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so they weren't going to put us in the Sunday back to back.
So we get to see Tom Brady.
Now,
try to throw that wounded duck down the field.
Right, and but George Kittle being back,
that dude's an animal.
Yes, he is. I told you, if he ever gets tested and it comes up positive for PEDs, I'm not going to be surprised. Nobody should be that fucking wired all the damn time, but he is, and it works for him.
Wasn't the secondary supposed to be a Packers strength coming into this year?
Well, it is. I don't want to say this wrong. It is, but it was just supposed to be much improved. And in the first couple of games they came out, it was pretty much shutting down. But you know how it is the first part of the season. Now they kind of settling into what they really are, which is they still decent, average, good. They just not San Francisco, the Patriots.
Yeah. I can live with that. But Kittle's about what, 250, give or take?
Yeah, he been putting on weight. He was actually a little light in the ass early in his career. But yeah, he been putting on a little weight. Yeah. We'll give him 240, 250.
He shouldn't have been outrunning they safeties like that.
Oh, he got speed now.
250 outrunning safeties?
Yeah. Well, the one touchdown, which just would look like a blown coverage. Matt LaFleur in the press conference explained that they was playing quarters coverage on that one. So the safety that looked like he was out of position was actually covering what he should have been covering. But it was just a bad defensive call, and we just had a good play call against it. Was why it worked like that. It wasn't a busted coverage, but I expected more out of the Packers. But I think I told you a couple of weeks back, I thought our defensive line and pass rush could get to Aaron Rodgers because I saw a lesser team hand Green Bay's offensive line they ass. So I figured that we could do the same. Now, Green Bay defensive line got in our ass too.
Yeah, they play strong, but I believe, like you just said, the story's out there. Punch their offensive line in the mouth, you're gonna have a real good chance to win. Them dudes ain't very physical up front, and if you rattle Aaron to where he ain't got time to move and at least look at his reads, you're gonna win. They was on his ass early, you know.
Yeah, and that's what helps us a lot because we can get pressure with 4 a lot. So we can play a lot of different kind of zone coverages, and we just kind of looking at the quarterback waiting to react versus having to play man and running with your back turned, not knowing when the ball coming. That's one of the reasons why our pass defense is so high, rank-wise at least, because of what the front 4 can do without having to blitz a whole lot. With that said, Baltimore. Well, let's cover Baltimore Rams before I get to what we're gonna talk about Week 13.
Well, this was another ass whooping too.
I'm about to say, if you thought our game was over before it started, this one, the Rams didn't even get. Well, they can say they didn't get off the bus because they was at home. They ain't even leave the crib. They got halfway out the driveway or halfway down the street and was like, you know what, I'm gonna call in sick.
Yeah,
and that's 45-6 at home on a Monday night.
This is one of them games where they saw which way it was gonna go and they didn't want to fight no more.
No, not at all. You could tell.
Yeah, I don't. No, they did not want to fight anymore. They were cool. They tapped out.
This team is done.
Needs a statue in front of that building. Him, Ray Lewis, and probably Jonathan Ogden to set this team straight for the foreseeable future, moving up to that 30th to get Lamar Jackson, set them straight on his way out the door. You know, I'm not ready to sit there and say, you know, everybody's going crazy saying, you know, he's playing the best quarterback ever and all that. I ain't ready to say that because there was a nice stretch in the middle of the season, you know, maybe 3 or 4 games where people had him figured out. We do remember what happened last year in the playoffs. I think he's playing really well. I love what he's doing, but I'm not ready to anoint it just yet. I want to see it a little bit more. People got time. I promise you, people, it will not be the same defense if he sees New England in the playoffs. It won't be. You know, they're going to have a little bit of time to figure it out. And I'm really looking forward to what he does with y'all. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's going to be hopefully he's not too much of a pain in my ass Sunday.
I got speed inside, though. That pocket collapse.
But see, that's one thing that actually concerns me because the last couple of weeks, teams have been using that speed on defensive line against us, and we haven't been containing gap control, haven't been containing the edges on some things. And if you look, there's some bootlegs and things that are wide open. That if we don't make sure that we contain that edge against Lamar Jackson, he's gonna eat us alive. Yeah. So we got to definitely watch out and be concerned with that. Yeah, it's a 1:00 game going east, but I think what washes that out this week at least, the Ravens are traveling from the West Coast off of a Monday night game.
Right.
So I think that'll kind of even out.
But that wasn't really a work. That was like a mild workout.
Yeah, but I'm just to travel. You know, that is still the same travel. So
yeah.
But right, it does help that you didn't really get beat up. But this is what I want to ask you about Lamar.
Go ahead.
Yeah, LA's done. They're done.
Yeah.
One thing I'm concerned about in removing our game against Baltimore this week aside, just in general, I'm worried about the buildup of Lamar Jackson.
Yes. Hype
because
choo-choo.
Not because he's not deserving of it, but I know how the media do. Let him have one bad game or something don't go right in the playoffs or something. I know how they turn that shit real quick
You
on
already
you.
know. We saw it last year.
You know what I'm saying?
Didn't they win 6 straight to get to the playoffs last year? Won a playoff game, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Didn't they win one? And then they turn.
Did they lose?
I think they beat somebody. Then turned around and got beat by San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what it was. Yeah, because the two where he completed 2 or 3 passes in that game against San Diego.
Yes. Yeah. So we seen it last year. They build him up. Now I believe he's firmly in the driver's seat for the MVP. If he falters down the stretch, I believe Russell will take it. But I like the way he's deflecting and saying, "I'm trying to win. I ain't worrying about the MVP. If it comes, great. But you know, you got to be a special kind of cat in today's society with the media, because that shit changes day to day. You know,
yeah, because just what you just said about the him being a lot for the MVP. 2 weeks ago, it was Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So we got 4 or 5 games left. We'll see.
But you remember they had that stretch after he played Miami when he put up the 5 touchdowns. It was about 2-3 games after that, because remember Cleveland went in there and busted their ass.
Yeah.
He didn't play well.
Right.
This just came back on. I think they don't win 6 straight, give or take.
The key to them seems to be running the ball.
Running the ball.
If they're gonna run for 200 every week, it's gonna be tough, because you look at his passing numbers, and he throwing 3, 4, 5 touchdowns in some cases. But like Monday, he only had 169, 179 yards. So he's being really
he threw it under 25 times.
Right, but when he threw that motherfucker, though, it was money.
Because they worried about the run. It's play action. They worried about the run.
Exactly. So it's going to take a team that's going to be able to stop the run and limit him to 40, 60 yards tops, and then you're making him pass the ball. That's the only thing I think. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. So I'm ready. I'm definitely ready for this game.
I'm trying to think, because New England came in. They were supposed, but I think y'all more physical than New
England. Yeah, I think so. I think we're more physical. I think we are more physical than New England. Like I said, the gap integrity is one thing that I've been noticing over these last couple of weeks that I've got my eye on, and that does concern me with the run game like Baltimore's. Because they already gashing you when you where you supposed to be, and they're still executing better than the defenses are and able to run the ball down teams' throats.
Your DC stop Lamar Jackson, he gonna get a job this year.
He'll be in the running for a job, but trust me, he was this close from getting fired last year. I don't think it's gonna be as hot as people think.
Nah, probably not. But if he can stop this cat on Sunday with the way that thing is pumped up, hell, if y'all win the Super Bowl.
Well, I ain't thinking about Super Bowl right
looking ahead.
That's one thing I did want to bring up. I'm glad you mentioned it. Is Baltimore? Are they talking too much about Super Bowl?
Earl Thomas
today.
He shouldn't say. He probably got asked the question. Well, the question, I did hear the question. It didn't sound like they asked him that, but Earl always.
They asked, it was something along the lines if y'all and the 49ers meet in the Super Bowl, and his reaction was, "Oh, the 49ers going to the Super Bowl? Like, oh, they going? I already know we're going. If that's to be there
from the division, so
yeah, but that's his Earl though. Earl likes to talk.
He does.
Go back to early in the season, Earl was talking, and the shit wasn't working out. Now they're winning.
Yeah,
and, basically, and he back talking, but Jimmy's got to watch his ass. Talking to no talking. Jimmy got to watch his ass on Sunday, because Earl Thomas is a ball hawk. In some of these games where Jimmy has had some of these poor decisions and throws, where teams have dropped a lot of these interceptions, Earl Thomas won't.
Marcus Peters is playing excellent football. They're gonna have to pay him, man. I like the little confrontation after the game with him and Jalen, but Marcus, honestly, bro, if you'd have played like this before they traded you, they wouldn't have traded you.
Yeah. I was kind of lost on that whole thing. Like, what is it that they have against each other?
Marcus was talking shit on the field. He kept calling Jalen's name. Like, y'all traded me.
Right.
Y'all traded me to get him. Jalen. That ain't got shit to do with Jalen. That's the organization.
The organization. Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't understand why you coming at the player. Yeah,
you know he's not right. So.
Yeah,
but that was on you, bro. You'd have played like this, made these plays, they wouldn't have went and got Jalen Rams. They'd have kept you. So we just got to see the way it goes. It's about 5 more games left, I believe. Just got to see which way it goes.
Yeah, man. But but no good wishes to them this week. But yeah, I like what Baltimore doing.
Yeah, all they're doing is bringing back physical football. The league got real finesse for a while. Y'all are doing it. They're doing it. Physical still wins, people. Don't nobody want to get punched in the mouth 10, 11 times in a row. And some teams just tap out, like the Rams. So, we're gonna definitely see which way it goes. All right. I feel remiss. Carolina lost. The kicker blew the game. Man. Jameis, he threw 2 more touchdowns, but they won. I'm sorry, not touchdowns, 2 more interceptions, 3 touchdowns. They won. Denver is trash, just pure D trash. Trubisky found a way to win a game. He found a way. What else we got? The Browns won, and Seattle won ugly. Yeah, that's it. All right.
All right, so
week 12 you got?
Nah, man, week 12 is week 12 is a wrap, man. We the cousins coming in to Thanksgiving dinner like 7, 8 o'clock, late as hell, talking about any food left.
It ain't that bad.
It's Wednesday, dog.
Shit, they still gonna be talking about them damn Sunday games till tomorrow.
It's Wednesday, man.
We still had time. We wanted to dissect this shit, but it was a lot of games that really weren't worth a damn. We discussed the big ones. At this point, it's honestly about the playoffs. At this point, it's gonna be a little bit more movement back, up and down with the NFC, but that AFC is near at the bottom. I don't even know who wants that last spot. We gonna see. This Houston-Oakland game is gonna be big on Sunday. You want to go ahead and jump in these picks?
Yeah, we can do that. First and foremost, let's recap because we didn't come in last week on the pick show. So let's see. Week 12 picks are head-to-head. Hey, you won head-to-head last week, 11 games. You went 11-3. I went 10-4.
Okay.
So now I'm only up 2 games. My record being 111, 64-1 for 63% winning percentage. You were right there at 109, 66-1 with a 62% winning percentage. Again, people, by the end of the season, I want to be somewhere between 65 and 70%. That is our goal every season. And then on top of that, we want to beat each other too. So we are trending in the right direction. This week, again, Thanksgiving week is always fucking funny. Yeah. I don't play, but I know a lot of y'all still play. Make sure you set your damn fantasy lineups before 12:30 tomorrow. Okay.
If you still have a Chicago Bear and are playing a Detroit Lion in fantasy when it counts, bless your heart.
Hey, somebody might have like the Bears defense.
Okay, yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I think they're playing the backup tomorrow.
Yeah, Driscoll's not playing tomorrow. So whoever the third guy is who will be playing. So
start the Bears defense.
Definitely start the Bears defense. Absolutely. All right. Speaking of that, you know what? Get on into that pick. That's my pick. The Bears will be beating the Lions on tomorrow. Not a whole lot to discuss there. Neither team will be making a playoff push.
Yeah. No, they won't. I was gonna sit there and say something slick like they're not dead yet, but I don't believe Minnesota will drop out.
You gonna say who not dead?
Mathematically they're not dead, the Bears. But
okay.
The NFC at that bottom, if the 6th seed got 8 wins, y'all ain't catching them.
Think about this, dog. Just think about this. In order for the Bears to make the playoffs, they have to do it with Chase Daniels.
You think so?
It definitely wouldn't be Trubisky.
Shit, he gonna be on a 2-game winning streak tomorrow.
And if Chase Daniels got to take you to the playoffs, you in bad shape. You're not going.
Yeah, they're not making it. The NFC is separated.
All right, so that 4:30 game, Buffalo Bills going into Dallas. I got Dallas Cowboys winning this game handily. The Bills are 8-3, yes, but
Ain't beat nobody.
Offensively, they still leave a lot to be desired. We
Cole
say
Beasley
Josh
is one of their top targets.
I won't say he is at top, at least stat wise, he's their leading receiver. We say Josh Allen's playing good, I guess because they're winning, but he still is not lighting it up and not looking really like he should be looking.
He's still an athlete playing quarterback right now.
Right.
And that ain't gonna cut it when it comes down to it, where a defense is going to make him actually do more than what he's capable of at this time.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
In that game. If y'all can't get right in this game, if you can't, that's not a good look.
If they don't win this game, they ain't going to the playoffs. I'm almost ready to go there.
Damn, they still a game up on the division though. I can't say that. They lose this game tomorrow, they're not dead.
No, they're not dead because, like you said, you can still win this division probably at 8-8,
right?
Which is even below our target of 9-7. I think we said at the beginning of the season. Yeah, it's going to be all about whether Philly can come together or not.
Right. That's it.
I don't have much faith in either one of those teams. Sunday night game, Thursday night game tomorrow. We'll be right here in the ATL division matchup. Falcons went into New Orleans a couple weeks ago, stole the show. Saints coming back for some payback tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, they're gonna. I forgot they lost that game a couple weeks ago. So the Atlanta fans are gonna get up, kick it, eat early, go stop by and buy all them $99 TVs, then go to the tailgate and get their ass whooped.
I hang out at the tailgate all day. I'm having Thanksgiving at the tailgate if I'm a Falcon fan tomorrow, and I'm down hard.
I mean, that'd be lit. The weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow too, decent at least. That's nice. Yeah, they should.
Yeah, because it was almost 70. It was right around 70 today. Yeah. That's what I would do. They already have the whole spread, meat, size, everything out there every week anyway. Just make it a day. Imagine how liquored up them foods would be by 8 o'clock.
And they've been drinking since about 11.
Hey, the crowd is going to have to bring the team some energy because New Orleans is coming to wax that ass this week. I'm sorry, Falcons fans, but I got the Saints in this game, and I got them big.
You think Julio plays? I'm asking for a friend who has him on his fantasy team.
Oh, was he hurt or something?
His shoulder. He's always hurt, but he hurt his shoulder on Sunday, and he was in and out. And now he never really practices, so you don't really know what's going to happen. But this is a quick turnaround, though. Normally he'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, still to rest, but this is a quick turnaround.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't even realize he was that he was hurt like that. On Sundays, I done narrowed it down to watching playoff teams in good games. That's why I done narrowed it down to on Sundays, but I might check them out tomorrow night. Matter of fact, I know I will because it'll be the only game on.
Yeah.
All right, so you're taking the Saints as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Next up, the Sunday slated games. AFC South matchup. Tennessee Titans going into Indy to take on the Colts. Your boy right here is taking Ryan Tannehill and the Titans. What you got?
Give me the Colts.
Okay. All right. Hate taking the Colts on that one. Next up, we got the New York Jets. They are on a little bit of a win streak, right? They done won like 3 games in a row, I believe. 2 or 3.
Something like that.
They're going to be going into Cincinnati to take on the Bengals, who will be led this week by the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton. Is AJ Green playing this week?
I was probably not. I was thinking he's going to try to come back, play with his boy. I want to take them. That's jumping off a cliff too much. I'm going to go ahead and take the Jets.
All right, Uncle Hater's taking the Jets, and I got my parachute strapped to my back. I'm jumping off that cliff. I knew this Monday or whenever they say Andy Dalton was playing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take that cliff. They got to win one fucking game this year. They got to win one. Andy Dalton.
I was gonna jump. I was gonna jump off that cliff.
Andy Dalton, and maybe AJ Green even comes back this week. They will win the fucking game this week and get they one. They get they one win.
At this point, they done secured the first pick. So
damn
now
near.
now you can try to win.
Damn near secured it. Yep, you're right. So I'm gonna take the Bengals this week. Next up, your Panthers will be hosting Dwayne Haskins and the Redskins. The Redskins coming off of their second win.
Yeah.
Second win last week. Haskins was so hyped about it, he didn't even get back on the field for the victory formation snap. I think they tried a few media people try to make a big deal about that. One, Joe Theismann to be exact, but it wasn't that big of a deal.
It really wasn't. First,
the coach wasn't.
He's a kid.
Yeah, he'll learn from. You know what I'm saying? He'll learn from it. It could happen to anybody. He thought the game was over. It wasn't. Okay, so what? You got to win. Be happy, Washington.
Exactly.
You won't be getting one this week though. Oh my God, the Panthers hanging on
in this game,
hanging on to whatever little bit of playoff hope.
Playoff hope out the window with that.
That's still there.
We should have beat the Saints on Sunday.
Bro,
should have beat them.
That was a game that I needed y'all to steal.
If we would have stole that game, Ron Rivera would be riding high with hope. Yeah, we're gonna beat Washington though. We are gonna win that game.
All right, cool. All right. Again, like Haight said, maybe it didn't have to be flexed to Sunday night, but at least a 4:00 start on Sunday would have been good for this 49ers and Ravens game. But of course I'm taking us, but I really do like our chances. I think that we can stop the run game. I'm not necessarily stop, but hold them under the 200 yards that they used to, and be able to do enough havoc with our defensive line and the pass defense to come out of Baltimore with a win. Jimmy G, let me holler at you real quick, bro. Baltimore ain't no bitches.
Nope.
That fuck shit is not going to work on Sunday. Don't come out there with that bullshit. All right? I need the Arizona Jimmy G. I need Jimmy G from the Packers game.
I didn't know he had been balling since week 8 like this, though.
I mean, he's been steadily increasing and getting better. Like I said, he's got a couple of games in Seattle, and in particular with all the turnovers, but we still had a chance to win. That's his only hiccup. I done talked to him blue in the face about it, so hopefully it does not come awry this week, and we come in here and get a big game. Who's big? Who's this game bigger for? The 49ers or the Ravens?
That's a good question. And
because
I don't have a straight answer.
I don't either. I think it's equally as big for both teams.
It doesn't feel like either one of them are like this ain't no make or break. Well, what Baltimore got their statement wins when they beat the brakes off New England and the Rams. You know, y'all got statement wins. Y'all just manhandled Aaron Rodgers. And y'all had another one too. I can't remember who it was, but y'all had a few of those statements. So I don't think it's super big for either one of them, but
I think it's real big for both.
Let's say Jimmy G.
I'm not gonna single him out. I think it's big for both teams, and this is why. Playoff seeding. If we lose this game and Seattle beats the Vikings, we go from 1st to 5th because Seattle will have the tie break and they will go to the division lead if we both got identical records. Home field advantage, that's big. Same thing with Baltimore. Yeah, they whooped the Patriots' ass last time, but you don't want to have to go to Foxborough in January. And right now, the Patriots already up one game. You can't drop this game if you Baltimore any other game because looking at New England's schedule, they got a good chance of winning out. I think they got one very, very tough game that they could very well lose if their offense continue to do what it's been doing. But if you Baltimore, you don't want to go down 2 games in that home field advantage race. So I think it's equally big for both.
Only reason why I say it's bigger for Jimmy is because people look at him as the weak link, regardless of how well he's played. If he goes out those 3 interceptions, maybe one of them a pick 6, that's more pressure on him to be pressing when he shouldn't. You know, how you feel about your running game right now?
Lately it's been not on track. But there's been reasons for that. I mean, Kittle was just getting back. He was a big piece of it. The offensive line on the tackles has not been really healthy. So that's got a lot to do with it. Staley may be back this week. He may be back. Another part of it, teams are, like you said with Jimmy, teams have been stacking the box these last several weeks, daring Jimmy to beat them.
Yeah.
So if he continues to do that, it'll loosen the run game back up. Hopefully we get Breida back this week. Tevin Coleman's been kind of carrying the load the last couple of weeks with Breida out.
And that ain't his game. Tevin Coleman's not the workhorse. He's 15 touches a game. It don't need no more than that.
Right. And we got like Mostert come in, Albert Wilson come in. And they'll get a few carries here and there to kind of change things up. But we need Breida back. That's another home run threat. But I think we'll be fine.
The big back who's on the goal line. What was his name?
You got Tevin Coleman.
The real big what?
We ain't got no real big dude. Albert Wilson is pretty much was the goal line back early in the year when Tevin Coleman was out. We got Breida, we got Tevin Coleman, we got Mostert, and we got Albert Wilson.
Maybe that was his name. Yeah. Maybe that was who it was. Okay. But I'm going to take Baltimore. They're at home. Yeah. I want to see Lamar keep this thing going. I like it, the fact that he doesn't seem to be buying into the hype. Mark Ingram, you got to keep doing what you do. You've been playing well, but you going up against a stout defense. Y'all need to get y'all rest on Saturday. Eat your Wheaties. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a heavyweight fight on Sunday.
Yes, sir. Next up, this is going to be a bum game. Jameis Winston, Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be going into Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. I got the Bucs.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bucs.
Right. The rematch. Cleveland Browns coming into Pittsburgh to take on not Mason Rudolph, but Duck at quarterback for the Steelers against the Browns, who trying to get on a little run here lately. Win a few games, like I said, in a down year for the AFC. Who knows what could happen if they just continue to reel off wins? Will the Browns go into Pittsburgh and win?
I think Duck's going to get them 21, and that's about all they're going to need. I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Okay. Oh, boy. This might bite me in the ass, but I'm taking Freddie Kitchen and I'm taking the Browns. I don't think that little fella is going to be able to hold together for a whole game. We'll see. I don't think even the Browns can fuck this up.
They shouldn't. They really shouldn't.
They shouldn't, but we'll see. If they can win this game, they can get to 6-6. And if they can get to 6-6 with who are the other teams right there? Oakland right now is 6-5 with a game against the Chiefs this week. You got the Colts and the Titans both at 6-5, and they playing each other. The Texans 7-4, they playing the Patriots. If the Browns can win this game and get to 6-6, they can really get right back in the hunt.
Which basically means Baker gonna have 3 interceptions and a fumble.
Yeah. Oh boy, we'll see. All right. Next up, all right, the Packers. They'll get right this week playing the Giants. Yeah. Even though it's in New York, they'll win this game. I'm pretty sure you got the Packers as well.
Yes, sir.
We can keep it moving. Philadelphia Eagles back against the wall. Must win again. Every game is a must win for Philly at this point. They're going into Miami. Flores gonna get these boys up to beat Philly and really stick a stake in their heart.
Hey, Kane and Ice, y'all lose this game.
Do it.
We're gonna have an intervention next week.
Do it.
Y'all gonna have to start looking at the draft. But I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Philly. They should win this game. They should.
Yeah.
But
with everything on the table, they got to win this game.
They have to win this game.
They got to win this game.
If Carson Wentz go down there and play like shit, I'm gonna have to tune in to ESPN Philly next week. I want to hear what the fans got to say directly.
Hey, all thing they need to say is what kind of haircut, what kind of hairstyle he gonna have next year, because that's gonna be their fucking quarterback still.
He ain't going nowhere. I think I heard on the show they can't even look to move until 23. He's there.
Yep. So, firmly theirs. Okay. The LA Rams going up against the Cardinals. I was gonna say this was a trash game, but you know what? You got one team coming off of a Super Bowl, don't look remotely close to a playoff team right now, don't look like they have any confidence going up against a team that is trying to dig their way from the bottom up with a rookie coach and a rookie quarterback. Can the Cardinals – would this be an upset if they beat the Rams this week?
I don't think so.
I don't think it'd be
I'm not taking them in this game. I'm going to take the Chargers. If Phillip Rivers has – if he – I'm sorry. No. Oh, it's the Rams. I'm sorry.
Rams and the Cardinals.
Okay. Well, I think that would still be considered an upset.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm
taking the Cardinals.
They gonna shoot Todd Gurley's knees up with that shit.
He hasn't been looking that bad.
No, he hasn't. They just went away from him.
Yeah,
the game was out of hand, yes, but six carries, 6.
I mean, this game, I can kind of see, but some of these other games, I can't see why.
Hey, that saved me though, boy. Woo, Todd Gurley played like boo boo. I went into that matchup on Monday in my fantasy league, the money league. I was only up 3. I had Cooper
3 points.
What's up?
You was up 3 points?
I was only up 3. I had Cooper Kupp going up against Todd Gurley and Everett, and I won by 1. That the person I was playing was on fire. Todd Gurley gave him 2 points.
That's a damn shame.
That's tough. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams in that game. The Cardinals are playing good ball right now, though. They can spend an offseason putting money in that offensive line and that defense. They can really be a problem next year. But I like the direction. I wasn't too sure about it in the beginning, but yeah, I like the direction right now. So, but I'm gonna take the Rams. This is another one. Don't just like there's a lot of now or nothing. If you don't win this game, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah, because after this is gonna be December. So yeah, I mean the season went by like that, cause quick. Next up, the other LA team, the Chargers. I think Derwin James should be back this week.
Yes.
They shouldn't really need them against the Broncos, right?
Nah.
But this is the Chargers we're talking about. But I'm gonna take the Chargers in this game. Is Drew Lock playing this week?
They said they're giving them extra reps in practice.
Okay.
The owner of the Broncos who just died, God rest his soul. His ghost should come back and fire John Elway for these quarterback picks. They have to figure this shit out of quarterback. They have to. And their defense isn't terrible. But you can't have your defense on the field for 65, 70 snaps a game. That's just it.
Yeah, you're right. But that's what's happening. So, the Broncos are about done. Next up, the AFC West matchup. Now, it's still kind of a battle for first place because the Chiefs are still only a game up on Oakland. Now Oakland gets the game that they was looking forward to, even though they dropped the one last week because they was looking ahead more than likely. But they got to go into Kansas City and take on the Chiefs. Now, I'm looking for the Chiefs to get some flow going. I need 30 points this week.
Yeah.
I need 30 points out of this week.
I need 30 points, and I need 150 on the ground. Now, you can split that 150 between three backs. 3 of them can have 50. You
better give it to Damian. They better give it to Damian Williams.
Yeah. I don't even know if he's going to play.
Is he hurt? Okay.
This week, he got hurt. That's a tender dude right there. The best back they got is their young boy, Darrell Williams, the one they letting wear Priest Holmes' number. That's the best back they got on that team. They just need to let them old dudes go sit on the bench and be ready for third down duties. Let that young boy run. But Kansas City should win this game. I think if Oakland would have came in off a dub, they'd have been free, feeling real good. But coming off an ass whooping like that, where everybody picked them to win, I don't believe they're going to go in there and beat them. And this is Patrick Mahomes comes off a bye, which was more rest for that knee. So, yeah, I think they're going to be straight. They're going to put up some points this week.
There is a path for the Raiders to win this game, or at least make sure it's close throughout.
Josh Jacobs.
Run the ball with Josh Jacobs down Kansas City's throat because we know about Kansas City's defense. So, we'll see. If Kansas City get up early, lights out.
Yeah. So
lights out.
About it.
All right, the Sunday night game, the Patriots going into Houston to take on the Texans, Deshaun Watson and company. Now, the Patriots offense is not. They've been sputtering to say the least. They need a oil change, a tire rotation, something, right?
Yeah.
This is going to be. I think this is going to be a nice game because we know Houston's. I'm saying it's probably going to be low scoring.
I was just about to say I can see 17-14. 17-14 Patriots.
I like those kind of games.
No, I'm not saying I enjoy those type of games when it's action or whatever, but that Patriots offense, hell, they might get right this week. It's not like the Texans defense is great. Right. It's not like they're great, but
one thing I left out when talking about the Patriots offense last week against the Cowboys, they were missing two of their biggest receivers. Ellerman was out there, yes, but N'Keal Harry is a rookie. He's really just getting started. They were missing Philip Dorsett, and they were missing somebody else. Didn't play last week. I can't think of it on top of my head.
And they still won that game.
Y'all
should be ashamed.
Yeah, I'm thinking at some point, because with New England, with that defense, they don't need to be Randy Moss era New England. They just need to put up about 20, 24 points a game. And I think by the end of the season, they're going to work their way to that.
Long as the game's in Foxborough, they got a chance.
Yeah. Reason I say, well, this game is in Houston. Are you talking about the playoffs?
I'm talking about playoffs. I heard somebody on one of the radio stations today saying if they keep number one seed, they're gonna have 2 home playoff games and the Super Bowl. That's all they're focused on. 2 weeks in between them games, and they got the best coach in the world. That's all they're focused on.
That's it, and that's really all you have to look at. And I think they do it better than most teams. You got team. I mean, Baltimore's hype about beating them a couple of weeks ago. Okay, but if you still got to go through that for the playoffs
in the cold,
and it's so we'll see what happens if and when we get to that point. But the reason I say this, I think this would be a good matchup. We know the Texans' strength on offense is getting the ball to DeAndre Hopkins. Him and Stephon Gilmore, that should be a nice little battle Sunday night. And whichever one of these mediocre,
he wasn't that good at Buffalo. Did he just get coached up when he got here?
Buffalo. I mean, it could be a little bit of that, and players get better.
Yeah.
Corners in particular get better as they get older.
Yeah.
Because it's not so much physical as it is, up here. So,
but shout out to him, man. New England doesn't normally spend free agent money, but that shit has worked out for them. Well. Yeah.
But another reason I think I don't have a lot of faith in the Texans defense. So as bad as New England's offense is, I think they can run the ball. If New England can get the ball going on the run game, then I think they got a pretty good chance to come out with a comfortable victory Sunday night. What you got?
Every time it's a big game and we think the Texans have a chance to beat New England because most of them dudes were coaching on that New England staff, it never works out the way they want it to. New England gonna win this game.
Yep. All right, so that'll take us, because you know about Bill O'Brien. That takes us to the Monday night game, which could be one of the better ones of the week. Kirk Cousins going into Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Now the Seahawks are 9-2. They even beat us and gave us our first L of the season. Why am I still not convinced?
Me neither.
I want to just chalk it up to me being a Seahawks hater because I'm a 49er fan, but something just tells me, nah, dog, you ain't just hating. You watching and you seeing and you watching and you looking.
Yeah. Davian Clowney's hurt. That's not a good thing.
And they say they hopeful that he plays this week, and that was on Sunday.
Hey, Jadavian, this your money year. This your hip. Make a business decision.
Sit your ass down, bro.
Be 100%, homeboy. Don't you go out there and fuck your hip up, and they turn around lowball you. He's in line for what? $19, $20 million a year?
Cause a lot of fucking money.
Go out there and mess up your hip. We're not talking about an ACL. or a shoulder, a hip, go on out there and fuck that up. See if they come at you with that 10.
Right. Shit, a hip, he might not get that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to say somebody. I'm trying to think who it was. Somebody ended up messing up their money because they didn't get a deal, and ended up getting hurt.
Hips are tricky, man.
But it was just an injury in general. Oh, no. I'm thinking about Keanu O'Neal.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about him. He was up for a payday, but got hurt back-to-back years. Now, who knows what he may get next year?
Yeah, we back with the Falcons on a low ball deal. But yeah, I got the same concerns about Minnesota. I mean, not Minnesota, Seattle. Hell, I got concerns about Minnesota too, because this is a game that Kirk Cousins was brought here for. The prime time.
Yeah, these are the ones that you don't get.
And Adam Thielen allegedly got, re-aggravated that hamstring today. He was in sweatpants. He wasn't working out. I'm gonna take Seattle because it's at home, but they got some good wins, but I ain't impressed just yet.
Right.
Chris Carson, you got to find a way to hold on to the ball, dude. I mean, this shit is unacceptable.
Right.
Well, it might not matter if he's on the bench Monday. It might not matter. So.
That's true. I want to take the Vikings in this game so bad, but I don't trust Kirk Cousins in these games.
Nope.
Everything is lined up for Minnesota to win. They got an 8-3 record, and nobody really talking about them. Nobody's talking about them at all, and they're 8-3. Right there with Green Bay, can take over the division with a Green Bay slip. On paper, on film, they look way better. To me, outside of the quarterback position, they look better than the Seahawks. But on a Monday night in Seattle,
so you got Xavier Rhodes. Who he gonna match up with?
It's probably gonna be Misty. No, it's gonna be it's probably gonna be him and Metcalf locking up.
Josh Gordon with Trey Waynes. Now Trey Waynes is not very good, so if he's on Lockett, then Lockett's gonna have a good game.
I got Seattle in this game, like you said. I trust Russell Wilson more than I trust Kirk Cousins, especially at home on a Monday night. It's going to be probably cold and misty and raining or some shit probably. Yeah, I don't feel it.
Seattle need to bounce back though, because they only put up 17 points on the road against Philly, and Philly's defense ain't what it was. So
hey, I almost changed my pick on that game in one of my pick'em leagues Sunday morning. Like, this could really be a trap game for Seattle. Yeah. But Philly didn't come out and do what they were supposed to do.
Yeah. Well.
All right, so
hopefully Alshon won't be questionable this week, and Philly can win some games. Turn up.
There you go. And we got we got a lot of games different this week. We got some nice head-to-heads. We got the Colts and the Titans different, Bengals, Jets, my Niners and the Ravens, the Browns and the Steelers, Rams, Cardinals. A lot of divisional matchups.
That Bengals one, that was a lob you was throwing me. I appreciate that.
Hey man, we'll see. We'll see if it's a lob or if we come back here next week and there was another one of them games that you knew you should have took, but you were scared to. I got 2 games to play with. So if I can come out, was it 5 games different or 4?
That's 5.
If I come out 3, if I come out of this 3-2, pick up that game that I lost last week, I'll be straight. What else going on, man? What else you want to chop it up about, man? We got time tonight, people. We got time. Nothing much, really, right? Deontay Wilder knocked the sweat off that boy's dome. I didn't see the fight. I just saw the replay.
Quentin called me like, don't you want to get the fight and pay for it? I said, nope. But what I will do is I'll wait till 12 o'clock and watch the highlights on Twitter. So, yeah, that went the way we thought it would. But now they're saying him and Fury are going to fight in February. Or they're finalizing it.
They're trying to get that done in February, yeah. No venue or location has been set yet, but we'll see. But from my understanding, the fight went the way a lot of Deontay Wilder fights go. The fight can even be even, or he may even be losing on a lot of scorecards because he's still not as technically of a sound fighter as some. But the one-hitter quitter knockout power, though, is the equalizer to all that shit.
Yeah. That's going on. The college football playoff has been set again. Ohio State jumped to 1, LSU's 2, Clemson's 3, and Georgia's 4.
Georgia's 4.
And
Alabama's still 5.
Alabama's sitting there like at the restaurant with the buzzer in their hand because they know they up next. They know they about that thing about to go off and their table gonna be ready for them.
I just saw somebody get up. Y'all ain't cleaned that table yet.
Yeah,
nope.
Exactly. Yeah, y'all thought Alabama wasn't gonna get in there, and y'all better not think Oklahoma gonna win their division and jump all the way up there. That won't happen. Utah, that won't happen.
Utah's got
will have a stroke if Utah jumps in over them. Now they should.
Utah got a shot.
They got a shot.
They got a shot because, to me, if you're a Power 5 school and you win a major championship, you should be over somebody who didn't even make their conference championship.
I agree.
And Alabama got one game. It's against Auburn, and that ain't no gimme because they got to go to Auburn and they got their backup quarterback.
Right.
We know how Auburn will be ready to play them that game.
Yeah.
The only way I see Alabama or Utah or Oklahoma, one of them 5, 6, 7 seeded teams getting in, is it's going to have to be LSU beating Georgia in the semifinal. I'm sorry, in the SEC championship. Because if Georgia wins that, LSU's not going to drop all the way out.
Nah, you think they'll drop down to 4?
What are they? 2 now? They'll probably go back to 1 after they play this week. I think they got a game this week, I want to say.
Do they?
They may not. I think they should have one. Georgia got Tech, I know, this week.
Yeah.
But anyway, if LSU beats Georgia in the SEC championship game, they're going back to 1.
Yeah.
But if Georgia
now would it be interesting is if Michigan finally beats Ohio State.
And what's gonna happen? I don't think it'll change.
So you think if they beat them, they're at 1 now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Alabama would move up with a win and Ohio State will fall back if they're at 1 and they lose?
Mm-mm. Ohio State ain't gonna go from 1 to 5. That ain't gonna happen. Okay. 1 and then 2. Ohio State still got a conference championship to play for that they still probably going to win. See, that's the thing. Alabama don't have that conference championship this year.
Yeah.
So Ohio State got 2 more games. Alabama got 1. Everybody pretty much got 2 games. So that's why I think even if Ohio State lose tomorrow or Friday, whenever the hell they play Michigan, which they probably won't.
I don't believe they're going to lose the game, but that's the chaos that needs to happen for some people to get in. But yeah, they have 2. They got 1. That don't really help them at all. Yeah. So yeah. All right, we got that. What else? NBA is NBA. We're gonna jump into that a little bit later on. Mm-hmm. Duke lost last night to some
Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah. Hey, you can have all the talent in the world, people. Them dudes came to play and they beat them.
Just taking them to overtime was probably a win for them.
That was a win for them.
Yeah.
Man, what? You gonna be able to tell they probably still partying right now off that win.
Thanksgiving weekend too? Yeah. You already know.
The turn up.
You already know.
I want to get off here and go watch New Orleans and LA. See how bad they boo Anthony Davis.
Oh, I already know.
Lakers are playing some good ball. Did you catch any of the game last night? The Clippers in Dallas?
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I think I saw a little bit of the first quarter. I saw it long enough to see those whack ass uniforms that Dallas had.
Uniforms are terrible.
Yeah, those are terrible.
But the thing is, when they decided, I kind of figured coming in that game they were going to decide to take Luka away, and they did. They did.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what a lot of teams are going to start doing. I mean, you got to have the personnel to do it, and the Clippers got a lot of personnel to do that. Not everybody can do that.
Throw at you,
right? But and that's going to be Luka's next development. Because he can go through the regular season averaging these numbers that he averaging, putting them up. Because you're going to have a lot of bad and mediocre teams mixed in there. When it comes to the playoffs, we know how it is when the playoffs come around. It's a different animal for these cats. So, teams can lock in on you, can take your strengths and things away. Then what are you going to do when those same things that have been their regular season aren't there no more? So we'll see. But
Porzingis, you got to shoot better than 40%, homie.
he should stop shooting and get his ass down low.
Go down low. Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be a start.
Yes, sir.
All right, people. We finna get up out of here, man. We go on, like you said, watch the game, do the pre-Thanksgiving drinking. Get ready to go eat some turkey and some ham and some beans, greens, tomato, potatoes, all that shit tomorrow. Uncle Hay, tell these people where to reach you at on social media.
At Rike6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
All right, you can find me at Diego Barisham on Twitter as well. Again, shout out to the Urban Arena crew. That's Big Q and JB over there at Team Boy TV, Brandon and Glass over at Get With It Sports. Also, shout out to Kane and Ice over there on the BS3 network. Y'all check them out. They're on Spreaker as well. And while you're on Spreaker, don't forget, check out AA Sportscast and subscribe to all of our shows, YouTube, iTunes as well. IG page up, Facebook page up. We on it popping. Hey, y'all have a good holiday weekend. Please be safe. Please call Uber if you need it.
Yes,
have fun. Enjoy your family. Do all of that. Don't spend too much fucking money on Black Friday.
Nope.
And that's it. We up out of here. Y'all be easy.
Peace.